What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Ashanti, I'm Tay's little sister, and we're gonna get this thing started.
Alright guys, so like she said in the intro, this is my little sister Ashanti. Today we're gonna have a video about what's COVID like during basic, or like what's basic like during these COVID times, reverse. She just graduated in October, correct?
Right.
And so got some fresh perspective, as fresh as you can really get. So let's get into it. I have 15 questions that are prepared that I think is pretty comprehensive in like understanding which to expect during these times. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Question 1. What task did you complete before leaving for basic? And was it virtual or in person?
I had to do my fingerprints and take a picture to get my CAT card and like just out process.
Okay. And so for people who aren't in the guard and just watching it, just for like if you're active duty, for example, you won't be doing the CAC part. They'll be doing that there, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do your CAC there. If you're in the guard, you're gonna do your CAC before, so you will look halfway decent in yours as opposed to
the active. They look like mugshots for real, like straight up.
Yeah, it's fun. All right, so question 2, what is the first day like?
To get off, so I got off the bus, got like the backpacks, like the BMTSG, shower shoes, soap, like everything you need for basic, and then I went to my squadron's overhang and waited for all 36 of my other flight mates to get there, which took 8 hours, and I went to sleep and woke up 2 hours later, like 0 day. Welcome to the Air Force.
Wow. So you woke up at what time?
5:45.
That's crazy. So my 0 day, I remember it like it was yesterday, sitting in the USO and everything, and then actually getting there, and like the bus driver was giving us this like motivational speech.
Who did you have?
I don't remember his name.
His name was Coach.
Coach?
You had Coach? That's my guy.
Yeah,
he was going in. I was like, oh my god.
Like, I'll be here when you get out or something. I didn't even remember his name until you said that. But and then sitting in there waiting in the anticipation. But yeah, we were up to like probably 12. But we got to sleep in. I remember that.
Nah.
So that is unfortunate.
It's like Disneyland. They doing pedicures over there.
Yeah, all right, question 3. How was ROM? And like you can explain what that is.
ROM is restriction of movement period. And it's for 2 weeks, including your 0 week. So we like was transiting to get like our immunization shots, which is a whole thing in itself. Transiting to just getting different things. So we were set up for weeks past ROM. Most of it we were in our dormitory, just like studying for the EOC.
Dang, that early?
Yeah, I mean we had nothing to do. We were sitting in our dorms for hours upon hours studying, and then we would have drill too, and that would be like 2-3 hours on the pad, like just flanking, like and stuff like that. What else did we do? I mean, we ate, of course, in the facility, but chop, like especially during ROM, you had 3 minutes to eat. Like as soon as you sat down, look at your watch.
Yeah,
you're done.
Yeah, I can't say that that's probably only a ROM thing, but because I don't remember how much you get outside of that, or like a COVID thing.
It's definitely more relaxed because flights can come in while you're eating too, but it's just because of the COVID thing. They're like only one flight at a time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that does make it tricky. All right. So question 4: what are some of the sanitation/mitigation measures being implemented, to protect the spread or prevent the spread?
You're wearing a mask the whole time, so even outside of ROM. We all thought we were like done with masks. They're like, nah. There's hand sanitizing stations everywhere. They expect you to be using them too. And they will like practically force you to wash your hands every time before you eat every time. But yeah, it's enforced, safety briefing of the day, like stuff like that. Like they just want you to be clean and wash your hands. And laundry is done a lot, so.
Okay. Was there anything, like, I know you just mentioned, like, only one flight being in the DFAC at once and stuff. Was there anything else like that during?
Like any self-serving machines, they cut out. Like there's no more. I know you guys used to have like desserts, pastries, none of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I never had any of it, but yeah.
Yeah, there was only coffee like the last 2 weeks. Like that was pretty much it. Like,
coffee and basic, fun. So 5, what are some of the daily tasks you complete during basic?
Daily tasks. So studying for the EOC is probably a big one because you get a lot of time. Drill is going to be every day, whether it's stationary drill or regular like outside practice for drill. PT is Monday through Saturday. Strength, CIT, or run. And I think that's pretty much it. Like that's something daily.
Mm-hmm. What about like classes and all that stuff?
Classes, we didn't start classes till like 3rd or 4th week, and some of them were in your dormitory, some of them were in a class, and some of them were at the PRC. But you would have set days for classes. So a day could take, you do classes one day, and then do classes like another day throughout the week. But it wasn't really like scattered. It was like a day of classes.
So you had classes in your dorm?
Yeah. I think we had like GI Bill there were certain classes that were just in the dorm, and they would be classes that you needed for the EOC, so you would have to be paying attention. But yeah, some classes in the dorm, some in like our classroom, and some in the PRC.
Okay. So did you guys have church? I know that's a really cool thing.
Yeah. So Sundays are the days that are just like to yourself. So since we had to watch church services in our day room, and there was 37 different people in my flight, so each person who wanted to watch their service, it pretty much took all day because it was like on a disc played on our TV. So like there's not more than one service that could be playing.
It was on a disc.
Yes.
Was it a new disc every week or the same service?
It was supposed to be a new service every week.
Was it?
There was
actuality?
There was 1 or 2 services that were repeated.
Like the whole time, or just
no, like 1 or 2 Sundays. It was the same service.
That's very unfortunate, because I remember one of the more relieving things and you can relax was church. And I remember in basic, those Sundays, they had like the same playlist, I promise you, but everybody would be getting it. I can't remember all the songs. I know one of them was "Smile" by Kurt Franklin, and I knew that song.
You went to the gospel church?
Yeah.
I think I may have went to the Christian one.
No, I mean it was I forget, the Christian non-denominational or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in that one.
Oh, okay.
And they played it. But yeah, people loved "Smile," and I was like,
they ain't never heard this before.
I know, like they would be all offbeat, but yeah, okay. So moving on, question 6. What are the sleeping arrangements like?
Usually there's bunk beds, but there were just 18 beds in one bay, 18 beds in another bay. And you just slept 36 inches apart. You know, you got the bed aligners. That's their job.
For real, that was the best job, honestly. You didn't do nothing.
For real.
Them and the
shoe aligners. Nah, shoe aligners, that was annoying, because you would just do a whole bay and someone would come and just kick them. Like,
were you a shoe aligner?
I was utility closet. That is the best job.
I don't even remember. I don't even know if they have a utility closet where we were. How was it dealing with like the people in your flight, being around them for, so many hours on end, and never really actually leaving or separating?
Yeah. So you wake up at 5:45 and instantly like Reveille goes off and everyone in your dorm is like running around doing this and that, and like I'm just like a person where like don't talk to me like as soon as I wake up. and people are like yelling like, get your mask, blah, 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 which is fine, like accountability, yes, but like.
You were wearing the mask inside the dorm too as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, like when we got out of ROM, we didn't really wear, like in our dorm, we didn't wear a mask.
Were you supposed to?
Yeah, but our MTIs didn't care.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had already been around it. So, because if we got COVID, the MTIs would have had to give it to us because we've already been around each other. We're around no one else.
Yeah.
But yeah, like dealing with people for that long, you get no time to yourself because that latrine has 8 stalls. The day room fits 25 people. So it's like, I need to breathe and I can't.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like, those are the people that are going through the same hell as you. So you appreciate it at the same time.
Yeah. Got it. All right. That was a pretty good answer. All right. 8. For the people who don't know, what is Disneyland and what is Alcatraz?
Let me tell you something. Anyone who is in Disneyland, I got nothing for you. Alcatraz people, you're my people. The 324th, we're not bougie like Disneyland. we got porta potties and they just get to run to an indoor bathroom. That don't even make no sense. But I mean, our stuff it's used. For real. It's used. The dorms are used. Our drill pad is used. I liked Disneyland a lot. Alcatraz a lot because I heard that in Disneyland, for Dust Down and Details, you guys have a bigger room, and our room is, like, small, so it took us a few minutes to get everything done. Rather, I don't know what yours was like. Was it big?
It was big, yeah.
Yeah, ours was, like,
the base.
We probably spent 8 minutes on Dust Downs, 15 minutes on Details.
Yeah, I can't remember at the time. It's been a long time. But yeah. From the Disneyland perspective, you want to live in Disneyland. I'm just telling you that. Yeah. I mean, as she alluded to, like, Alcatraz has been there for who knows how long. I'm sure I could look it up, but I don't know the number offhand. Disneyland are the new dorms. I think my stepdad, when he went through basic, they were just constructed, and so he went around like 2013, maybe 20, anywhere between that and 2010 is probably when they were constructed. But a lot better, a lot more shower heads, which you'll find out is really helpful.
Extremely helpful.
Yeah, it's just a newer building overall.
And isn't Disneyland like in the center of the whole base? So like where I was transiting far.
Oh, like in the center of like basic stuff. Like
yeah.
Yeah. It's probably best, yeah, if you need to go to the PRC.
That was annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to walk over the bridge and everything every time.
Yes.
But we were over there a lot, honestly. We were over
too.
there.
We were over there too much.
Question 9. Do you PT with a mask on? And if so, how is that?
So as soon as you get to your like place of where you're gonna do your PT, they say PT formation go, and which is you ground your water bottles, take off your mask, and then you do PT. As soon as you finish PT, as soon as you finish stretching, put the mask back on.
How long was PT sessions?
For the run PT, it's stretch, warm up. The run is 24 minutes straight, and then cool down stretch. That's the end of PT. So probably the run was probably like 30-35 minutes. Strength PT is probably, it's the shortest, so like 20 minutes. CIT, which is HIIT, so like high interval training, so you're doing different intervals, different workouts in different intervals. And that was probably like 25 minutes.
That must be a new thing, because CIT.
Yeah, it's to fill in the run days.
Oh, yeah, we just had straight run days and strength days. Run days were my favorite, though. Honestly, I was in great running shape, though. So, yeah, that was definitely the best mile and a half I ran. And it will probably be for a lot of people, honestly.
True.
That basic one. Unless you're, like, really into fitness, which, power to you.
You'll have to do those 1x3s, for real. 1x3s have you straight.
Question 10. Do they yell in your face?
No. Not even close to your face. Like, this is further than that. Like,
For real?
it's probably like 3 or 4 feet.
I know this is off topic, but when I was reporting to the Air Force Academy prep school one, we had a little basic, and I remember, like hearing them yelling and everything, because the way they did it, like they had like different squads come at different times. So when my squad came, I was like the first few people were walking up the stairs, and I know where they're starting to yell at people, because at first they have people set up before, like you're walking through like a whole little maze, and like there's different stations at a different point, and then you're like they're just like signing you in, and then right when you go on upstairs is where like they actually have MTIs there, but it's cadre led, so meaning like upperclassmen are usually playing the like yelling role. But I remember going up there and they were like yelling, and I was like, oh my god, this again. And then I stood in my little X spot, and then the guys like were so far away and yelling at me, and then they would pinch it like to pull it off so you can hear them when they're yelling. It was so funny to me, and they was like, say your reporting statement, and I thought they had a different reporting statement. So I was like, I don't know the reporting statement. The guy, the MTI, he was kind of like close to me though. He was like, aren't you prior enlisted? And I was like, yes, sir. He's like, sir, trainee what? I was like, oh my god. I was like, trainee. Oh, so same one. Ew. I know. I accidentally said airman by accident, and this guy was going off. I think he was prior enlisted too though. He's like, I don't care what you were. But it was a interesting little day.
They will murder you if you don't have your reporting statement. Like, honestly, sir, this is my first day here. I don't even know the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Question 11. How often do you get to call
home? So I know right now I'm like 90% positive that it's not a COVID thing, but it could be. But with us, we got to call home every week. Every week, Saturday was our day to call home. And we had ours was 12 minutes, but I had a friend who had a brother who lived in Disneyland at the same time we were in basic. And his phone call was 25.
Get out of here!
So that's all I'm going to say. They are literally bougie. No, and they didn't do no BMDs either, so I don't even want to hear.
What is that?
A bearing and discipline check. They gonna be on you if you in Alcatraz. They gonna be on you.
They
about that
do
memory
them.
work.
They just don't call them that.
What do they call them?
To just ask you a question. How is that? They just put an official name on something that they always do anyway. People, they always do random questions like, "Who is this?"
All right. Well, it was like a test. It was literally like, "Who is your instructor's supervisor?" And Lord, do not forget your reporting statement. And then they're like, what is a core value of the Air Force?
Oh my goodness.
Make sure you're in attention to. They be killing me.
The academy has it worse though with the reporting. So you do your reporting.
You still give your reporting statement?
Yeah, but so at the academy, so the upperclassmen are the cadre, right? And so whenever you see them, you have to say this whole greeting. And so it sounds kind of like a greeting, whatever, but it would go I'm trying to remember one of my cadre. It would be like, good evening, cadet, captain. I'm gonna use my name. Good evening, cadet, captain, Aviante, Markel, Frazier, Charlie Squadron, cadet, cadre. You would have to say that every single time. In those first few days, you don't know everybody's. I'm bad with names as is, all right? They got people's names, Wolfenbagger, and just crazy names. I'm like, so I'm over there. I'm one of those people get it, right? So I'm one of those people over there just mumbling, because they say they're good, because you want everyone to catch on. If someone doesn't see them, that's to catch everyone on, because everyone says it at the same time after that. And I would just be mumbling. I would just be moving my mouth. So if they look at me, but the good thing about the mask is they can't see you. So I was laughing all the time. It was hilarious my second go around. All right, 12. Were there any days where you could relax?
Sundays.
Sundays. What is some of the things you did on that day?
So if I went to service, and you don't have to, but if I went to service
In the day room.
The service was probably from 15 to 30 minutes. The first probably 10 minutes were like songs, and then the sermon. We would have to do RLA, which is clipping strings, being an absolute maniac at just finding every single string on every single thing. Just making sure your rested living area was just put together, your bed, your clothing drawers.
So funny, the string thing is only a basic thing because no one cares at all.
Yeah, I know.
It's only a basic thing.
Weirdo stuff. What else? Sometimes our dorm chief would make us do drill outside.
No way.
Yep.
I would have said no.
No, like it's a Sunday.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's literally the day.
Was she
to
calling
ourselves.
cadence?
It was. I can't even get into that because I will start being. We just had people that thought they just ruled the world.
So they were just having, like, people would just try to call cadence and different people.
And it was like, you know how the soundtrack is like boom, boom.
No,
boom,
they was
boom,
doing that.
Boom. They were doing that. They were doing like I was like, shut up. Literally just let's just march left, right, left on our own.
We have to call cadence, I think.
It was very dysfunctional because some people were like calling cadence while another person was calling cadence, and then we're flanking and we're doing this.
Why was two people doing it?
Women. I mean,
Was it like they were both spiteful? Like, well, I'm gonna see who can.
No, it was someone who felt like they ruled our flight. And it's just really you really have to pick your battles. And you really do, like, because you don't want to be the person that's always complaining, and you don't want to be the person that's dramatic, and you don't want to be the person that's loud. You have to pick your battles, and every day there will be about 5 things that annoy you. You got to pick your battles.
Got it. All right, cool. So you can somewhat relax on Sundays. I know it wasn't allowed, but I used to be
Sleep in the latrine.
No, I would never sleep, but I would be writing letters.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. I was banging out 20 letters on Sundays. Like, probably not 20, but like for real, like 10. Probably banging out.
Yeah.
Like reading. But yeah. 13. How are you evaluated in basic?
Appraisals, PCs, the EOC, of course, CADM. Those are pretty much the big ones. EOC is a multiple choice questionnaire. You just have to get 70 of them correct to pass. Everything you need is in your BMTSG, so study up. The CADM, they say you have to shoot the target a certain amount of times, but in order to pass CADM, you just have to go and shoot. There is no number. Don't take my word on that, but yeah.
14. How long is basic? Do you have a graduation ceremony? And can your family come?
Because of COVID, basic is only 7.5. And I want to say it was like 8.5 because you guys had Airman's time or Airman's week. Our graduation was just us and our fellow squadron members. We didn't have parade. You might have parade. And no family was allowed to come for us.
Okay. Yeah, I'll speak from the side where COVID isn't a factor or won't be a factor. When everything is returned back to normal, it's going to be 8.5 weeks, right? And the reason why it's shortened is not quite clear to me, but I'm sure there is a reason. But it'll be 8.5 weeks, and then that eighth week, it'll be like your graduation week. Usually they have your people fly in for your family. They can fly in late Wednesday or early Thursday. I would suggest late Wednesday because Thursday is going to be your airman's coin, your airman ceremony. So you'll officially become an airman. You'll get your coin, and then they'll tap you out of formation, which is a really cool moment. I'm sorry for everyone who won't have that moment, because it's a really moving and inspirational time, and it really like signifies all the hard work when your family finally gets to tap you out. And then the next day will be Friday, and then that'll be the graduation, actual graduation, and the parade. And then on the weekend, you usually get that time to spend with your family, as long as you don't mess up, and they can restrict that time. But yeah, that's usually what it is. Unfortunately, it's not like that right now. All right, 15. What is your biggest takeaway, and do you have any advice to give?
Biggest takeaway is a lot of people get told when they go to basic to just blend in. Don't do anything out of the norm, and don't piss anyone off. Don't do that. Be the truest version of yourself that you can, because you're gonna meet people there that literally challenge you and that you were like just meant to meet. So be yourself, and if you go there and be that quiet person, they will make you a child runner. So good luck with that. And probably the biggest advice is, like I said, just knowing when to pick your battles and knowing when to fold, because at the end of the day, that's probably the most important lesson there. Really.
Yeah. All right, well, that concludes our 15 questions. Shati did a fantastic job. So proud of her. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. If you have any questions, you can definitely go ahead and leave them down below. If I can answer it, I'll direct the question to her. But I'll do my best in my ability to get those all those questions answered. But last but not least, if you did enjoy this content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because I'm gonna have a lot more awesome content like this. And leave any leave any video ideas below, because if you do have something that you feel like can be expanded upon, I'm sure I can do it. But that's gonna be it, guys. Have a good one. I hope your holidays have been special, and that's it from us.